Hi, so today I'm going to show you guys how to make banana bread. You want to first gather all your ingredients. This is my own recipe that I made. Um, I have the sugar and flour already pre-measured, but you're going to need other utensils such as a fork for mixing, a smasher for the bananas, or you can use a fork for smashing. You'll need measuring cups and measuring spoons as well. So first, I would like to start off with the bananas. Usually you do your dry ingredients first, but I just put the bananas on the bottom because it's easier to smash them in the same bowl you're gonna mix them in. So what you ideally want are bananas that are more brown because they give a more sweet and natural taste. So you first want to start with that. And then you can use a fork, but I'm gonna use my smasher. And you want to smash up bananas. This takes a while. You want it to be like a smooth consistency so it can mix properly. So you want it to look kind of like baby food. And then you want to maybe grab a fork or a spoon and kind of get all of it in the bowl. All right. And then, so since I already pre-measured my flour, I don't have to use a measuring cup. I want to just show that when you're measuring flour, whenever you use a measuring spoon, you want to grab something like a butter knife or something that has a flat edge, and you want to measure it like this, where you just spread it evenly. You never want to pack your flour because that's not the way you measure it. So you want to measure it like this. And because I already have it pre-measured, I can just dump it into the bowl. And then I will add my sugar. So you want to start off with your dry ingredients. And then what's next is some baking soda. And you don't have to necessarily use the same ingredients I am. I'm using my own recipe. If you find any recipe online, but they all have similar ingredients. And then some baking soda. Alright, I already used baking soda. Here's baking powder. And then after you get all your dry ingredients, then you can start adding your wet ingredients. So I'm going to use some vegetable oil. I filled this up too much, so that's why it's going down kind of slowly, but usually it pours a little bit smoother. There we go. And then last, I add milk. So normally I make about double this amount, but because it is a little bit later in the day, not a lot of people in my house are going to be eating it, so I don't want to make too much. So once you have all your wet and dry ingredients in the bowl, you can mix it together. You can use a hand mixer, but I use a fork. It's just a little bit easier. It's easier to clean than a hand mixer. Now make sure you incorporate all of your ingredients together and make them all mixed up properly, or else you won't have a bread-like consistency. And it should look like somewhat like a light tan color when it's mixed properly. It may look somewhat clumpy. That is just the bananas. So don't worry if it looks clumpy like that, but it should look like a good light tan color. And after you're done, you can take a baking tray or any kind of baking bowl, and you want to spray it with some cooking spray. this one right now. Let me grab another one. If you end up not having any baking spray, what you can always do is, of course, I forgot to mention my hands are washed. They should be washed before you cook. You can always add a little bit of oil to your hands and kind of rub it against the tray. This will make sure that the bread does not stick to the tray. And then once that is done, you can pour your banana bread into the tray. Make sure you get as much as you can so you don't waste it. There we go. And when you're making it and when you pour it into the tray, it shouldn't be filled all the way. If you see it's only filled about halfway, that's because it will double in size when you bake it. I bake it around 350 to 375 for about 40 to 45 minutes. I find it that it's just like a cake. So when you want to poke it with a knife or a toothpick and it comes out clean, then you know it's done, and it will come out as a darker color than it is originally, as you see right now. And once that's done, you just let it cool, then you can cut it up and serve it however you would like.